Hey guys, come on downstairs. We got some Minnesota Twins franchise action for you here today. We have reached the All-Star break of year number 3. And we come limping into the All-Star break with a July record of 2-5. And the end of June wasn't much better. So we're going to take a break from the important games, bring you the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game. And let's start off with the Home Run Derby. I don't have any highlights of it. I did watch it. Mike Trout is your Home Run Derby champion, knocking off Josh Donaldson in the final. He beat Edwin Encarnacion in the semifinals. Josh Donaldson beat out J.D. Martinez in the semifinals. Giancarlo Stanton, Vinny Varquette, Bryce Harper, and Yangervis Solarte were the other participants here in the Home Run Derby. All right, a quick look at the All-Star starters. Buster Posey, Will Myers, Colton Wong, Solarte, Russell, Schwarber, Pollock, Pence, Harper, and Madison Bumgarner in the National League. The American League, we have Perez, Encarnacion, Altuve, Fraser, Bogarts, Chris Davis, Mike Trout, Mookie Betts, Mark Canha, and the starting pitcher for your American League will be Doug Fister from the Los Angeles Angels. And Madison Bumgarner will take the hill for the National League. He has a 13-2 record, a 1.91 ERA, 144 strikeouts to only 23 walks. And we will send out Doug Fister, who is 13-3 with a 2.14 ERA. In 117 2/3 innings, he has a whip under 1, 0.99. And we'll get things started off in the first inning with Kyle Schwarber at the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. And Doug Fister gets Schwarber to swing and miss at the breaking ball. And we go to the middle of the first with no score. Here in the nation's capital at Nationals Park, Chris Sale in to pitch now for the American League. He has a 7-8 record against the lowly White Sox, or with the lowly White Sox, but he is having a great year numbers-wise in every other category, and he gets Bryce Harper to strike out looking here on his home field. And in the middle of 3, there's still no score here between the National League and the American League. We move on to the 4th inning now. Garrett Cole comes in for the National League. 2.54 ERA, 8-2 record for the Pirates pitcher. And he is going to face Mookie Betts from the Boston Red Sox on a 1-0 count with 2 outs. And Mookie Betts is going to drive this one into right field. But the catch is made by Bryce Harper out there in right. Hunter Pence out there in right. For the National League, Rick Porcello now on the hill for the American League. 10-1 record, a 2.47 ERA in 113 innings. He's going to face Colton Wong from the St. Louis Cardinals with a 3-2 count and 2 outs. And Colton Wong's going to pull this one to right field. That one is back at the wall, and it is gone into the bullpen. Colton Wong puts the National League on the board first, and they take a 1-0 lead in the 5th inning here at Nationals Park. Take another look at that one. Right down the right field line, 363 feet. And now the American League will bring in Luke Gregerson from the Astros. A 1.10 ERA with a runner on second in scoring position and 2 outs. And he gets Will Myers to swing and miss. And in the middle of 5, it's 1-0 National League with the lead. And now Aaron Nola comes on to pitch for the National League from the Philadelphia Phillies. A 2.22 ERA on the season. And we are going to have Luis Valbuena come in to pinch hit. He is our lone representative from the Minnesota Twins, and we will get his whole at bat here first pitch taken off the plate for ball 1 to Valbuena. He is batting .271 with 20 home runs and 52 RBIs, and he plays both corner infield positions for the Minnesota Twins as well as DH occasionally. 1-0 delivery from, I believe this is still Garrett Cole on the hill. 1-1 count with 1 out. And Valbuena skies this one into left field, and that one is just going to be at the warning track, and the catch is made by Kyle Schwarber. So that was Luis Valbuena's at bat. He will play third base and possibly get another at bat in this game depending on what inning they get back around to him. So Estrada on the hill now for the American League. Buster Posey at the plate. Still 1-0 National League with the lead. And here is the chopper up the middle. Play made by, I think it was Francisco Lindor. In the middle of sixes, still 1-0 in favor of the National League. Wei-Yin Chen comes on now for the NL. He's got an 8-2 record, a 2.20 ERA. And he will face Jose Altuve, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, here representing the Los Angeles Angels. On the first pitch he sees with 1 out, Altuve sitting on a fastball, looking dead red. He drives it to left field. And Jose Altuve has tied this one up at 1 apiece in the 6th inning. Off the end of the bat, but Altuve has enough power and enough bat speed to get that one out. So we're all tied up at 1 through 6 innings. We go to inning number 7 now. Nolan Arenado will pinch hit for the National League. Score is still tied at 1. And Estrada is still on the hill for the American League with nobody out and nobody on. Here's a drive to deep left center field. Mike Trout on his horse going back of the wall. Leaps and he makes the catch. Mike Trout at the wall. And it looks like that one might have been over the fence. And Mike Trout brings it back. We're still tied at 1 as we stretch. And Yuris Familia will come in now from the Colorado Rockies for the National League. He has a 0.89 ERA, and he'll face Miguel Cabrera here with 1 out. In the bottom of the 7th inning, Miguel Cabrera lines it up the middle. Diving play by Addison Russell. So both squads are flashing the leather here late in the game. A robbed home run by Mike Trout, and now a base hit robbed by Addison Russell up the middle. And now we have Luis Valbuena. He is getting his second at bat here, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning, facing Yuris Familia. And he takes the first pitch, a 97-mile-an-hour sinker for a strike. And Valbuena is 0 for 1 with that flyout back in the 5th. So we'll get his whole at bat since he's our guy. 0-1 count with 2 outs. 9th pitch of the evening here at the AllStar Game for Yuris Familia. And this one is off the plate, a sinker outside. It's a 1-1 count to Valbuena. Familia comes set. Here is the delivery, and Valbuena crushes it. Luis Valbuena, 415 feet, and he puts the American League up 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. In his second at bat, could we have the All-Star Game MVP be a Minnesota Twin? We go to the 8th inning now. Carl Francisco, a 1.74 ERA. For Francisco, he's going to be facing Jonathan Lucroy. with one on and one out, and Lucroy lines it to first, and that is going to be a double play. And we go to the middle of the 8th inning. It's 2-1. And we head to the 9th now. Same score, Jake McGee on. Jake McGee had a cup of coffee with us back last season. He was our closer for the first half of the year. Was actually our lone representative in the All-Star Game last season. And he's back in the All-Star Game here. This time representing the Colorado Rockies. Here's Brad Boxberger now. On to try to close the game out for the American League, and Buster Posey at the plate with Nolan Arenado on deck. A 3-2 count with 2 outs, nobody on, and Buster Posey swings and misses. Boxberger gets the save in the All-Star Game, and the American League gets the win. So, if we by chance make it to the World Series, we will have home field advantage. As we finish up this All-Star break special, we see we are 6 games ahead of the Detroit Tigers in the American League Central, 6.5 over the Indians, 8.5 over the Royals, and 9.5 over the Chicago White Sox. So the American League All-Stars get the win here in Washington, 2-1 over the National League. And we'll look at the rest of the standings here. If the playoffs started today, the 2 wildcard teams from the American League would be the Blue Jays and the Angels. And the division leaders, the Yankees, the Twins, and the Rangers. We are holding on to a 6-game lead, although we are only 3 games above 500 and have been struggling lately. Over in the National League, the Nationals and the Cubs would have the wild card spots. The division leaders, the Phillies, the Pirates, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. So the Giants, 4.5 games behind the Dodgers. I got their logos screwed up there. My bad. It is the Giants in second place, not the Rockies. It is the Giants in second place. So, that is your All-Star Special here in year number 3. And up next, we will have the second half of the season coming down the stretch between now and October here on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.